Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of What's Up Warriors. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Megan. We have a special episode this week since it's Halloween. Every year, children dress up in costumes, knock on strangers' doors, and ask for candy. This is unacceptable on any other day of the year, so how did it come to be an annual tradition on Halloween? Let's go to Charles McWells to find out.
Halloween is just one of the many traditions celebrated in the United States and around the world. It occurs on October 31st and is preceded by haunted attractions, bonfires, costume parties, pumpkin carving, and many more festivities. On the 31st itself, people go out trick-or-treating. Everyone has heard of this holiday and many people celebrate it, but have you ever given thought to how the holiday originated? The tradition started here in America when Irish and Scottish immigrants brought it with them in the 1800s. Halloween, or Hallows' Eve as some call it, has its origins in the ancient Celtic festival known as Samhain, which signifies the end of the harvest season in Gaelic culture. Samhain was a time used to stock supplies and prepare for winter by the ancients. They believed that on the 31st of October, the boundary between living and dead overlapped, and the dead came back to wreak havoc, spread sickness, and kill crops. Masks and costumes were worn in an attempt to mimic and appease the evil spirits. That explains the costumes. What about the act of trick-or-treating? Trick-or-treating resembles the late medieval practice of souling, where poor folk would go door to door on Hallowmas, which occurs on November 1st, and receive food in return for prayers for the dead on All Souls' Day, which was the next day. Trick-or-treating started being practiced in the United States in the early 1900s. Now that you know the origins of Halloween, you can have something to think about next time you go out trick-or-treating, go to a bonfire, or any other Halloween festivity. I'm Charles McWells, back to you guys in the studio.
I had no idea that's how our traditions began. All I've ever thought about was dressing up and getting free candy, but that'll be different this year. So now that we have a greater understanding of the origins of Halloween, we decided to ask some PT students what they thought about trick-or-treating.
Dylan and Megan here. We're going to ask a couple students their views on trick-or-treating and find out what's going on.
Do you trick-or-treat?
Yes, I do. Absolutely.
No.
What will you be doing this Halloween?
Going to the football game for the band.
And do you think there's a maximum age for trick-or-treating?
Once you hit like senior in high school.
There's none. No maximum age at all. Anyone's allowed to trick-or-treat, no matter who you are.
Okay, and if Dylan came to your house in an ostrich costume, would you give him candy?
Yeah.
I'd give it to him. Absolutely.
And what is your costume going to be this Halloween?
This year, I'm dressed up as a large bunny.
I have no idea.
Are you trick-or-treating this year?
I plan on it, yeah.
Of course. No.
What are you planning on being?
I was thinking about going as Mr. Cuthbert.
Well, I was going to be a clown until I saw your costume.
What do you think the max age for trick-or-treating is?
I'd say 36.
I think once you're in your 20s, it gets pretty creepy.
So if I went when I was like 60, it wouldn't be creepy?
Probably not.
No.
So if I came to your house, would you give me candy dressed as this?
Doubtful.
That's not nice.
I'd probably hide the kids and children, though.
Probably not.
I'd give him all the candy he wants.
As you can see, Halloween has been around for many years and continues to be a widespread tradition in our society. It doesn't matter how old or young you are, the people around you will always love the frights connected with Halloween. One of the most common attributes people enjoy around Halloween is the rush you get from watching scary movies. Watching scary movies and spoiling the ending for others has united our culture a lot through the last decade. Scary movies are an important part of our celebration, so let's go to Alex Martin to find out what movies PT students have declared the best from the past decade.
Horror is a film genre that seeks to elicit a negative emotional reaction from the viewers by playing on the audience's primal fears. They often deal with the viewer's nightmares, hidden fears, revulsions, and terror of the unknown. While some come to enjoy horror movies, others do not. Today, I'm finding out what our teachers and classmates think about horror movies. Mr. Cuthbert, what is your favorite horror movie?
My scariest movie is Jaws.
Why?
Because the shark. It's a big shark. I mean, if you've ever seen it, the part under the water where the head appears out the boat. Remember that part?
Yeah.
And also, it's very handy when you go down to the beach.
Why is that?
Well, usually when we go down to the beach, I put Jaws on, and the kids get so scared that they won't go in the water. So I have a very relaxing week where I can sit down and read a book and just chill. rather than fear about my kids drowning in the ocean. So it works out quite well for us. I think 99% of the people in this building who are parents would support my idea.
Probably.
All right.
Thanks, Mr.
You're
Cuthbert.
welcome.
All right, so I'm here with Junior Jesse Malarski. Jesse, what is your favorite horror movie?
Probably The Conjuring.
Why The Conjuring?
Because it's pretty creepy. It's really like demonic and possessive and whatnot.
What is the scariest part of The Conjuring?
Scariest part of The Conjuring is probably when the mom gets possessed, because then you get to see her face and she talks all demonic and like it's just really creepy, man.
Thank you, Jesse.
Anytime, Alex.
So we asked you guys what your favorite horror movies were, and we rounded out the top 5. Number 5, VHS. Released in 2012, starring Calvin Reeder, Lane Hughes, and Adam Wingard. Number 4, Insidious. Released in 2010, starring Patrick Wilson and Rose Byrne. Number 3, Paranormal Activity. Released in 2007, starring Katie Featherston and Micah Sloat. Number 2, Sinister, released in 2012, starring Ethan Hawke and Juliet Rylance. And the number 1 horror movie that you guys voted on was The Conjuring. It was released in 2013 and it stars Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga. After seeing that top 5, it's pretty clear to see that Penn Trafford has a great taste in horror movies. With PTV, I'm Alex Martin. Back to you guys in the studio.
As you can see, it's obvious that a lot goes into Halloween to make it the celebration it is today. I'm Dylan.
I'm Megan. Have a happy Halloween, and thanks for watching this week's episode of What's Up, Warriors.